All right, so let's just make this really quick. What do you do about the cops? They're either at your house, they pulled you over. Well, we just have some very simple rules here, and if you follow them, you'll do fine. But that means you have to follow them. Don't talk to the police. You're not there to give them your side of the story. You're not there to clear anything up. You're not there to make sure that they know exactly what happened. Because first of all, if you say it wrong, they're going to then even be more suspicious of you. Secondly, you have the Fifth Amendment, which protects you against being a witness against yourself. Our founding fathers gave us that. We have the right to remain silent. The question is, do you have the ability? Can you just shut your mouth? Most people get convicted because they basically testify against themselves. Oh, I'll just tell them what happened because it's all true and I'm not guilty. It's not that simple. The police may still think you're guilty anyway, and that's going to be the angle of attack that they use. So invoke your Fifth Amendment and demand your lawyer. Now, once you do that, you can't just start talking to the cops again because then they're going to say you waived your Fifth Amendment right. You get pulled over, comply with registration, driver's license. Again, this is all California only. This isn't legal advice. You decide what you want to do, but I'm telling you what I've seen as a former prosecutor and someone that did 10 years of criminal defense work. Just give it to them. You can allow me to file motions or whatever to attack the case. But remember, you don't want to fight it out by the side of the road with the cops and pick up additional charges. If you get an obstruction or resisting arrest charge, very difficult, very, very difficult for me to get that case thrown out because the DA, just as a matter of principles, wanted to defend that cop. Your standoff by the side of the road may feel good. It may feel like you're really getting your point across. But what I'm telling you from a legal perspective, from a guy who practices in the court systems, all you've done is make your court case more expensive and more difficult for me to deal with. If you're polite, if you're calm, you will have much better success. Now, the cops are at your house. Don't invite them in. As soon as you invite them in, that's consent. Okay. And then they could trick you this way and say, why don't you come outside and we can talk about this? The reason they're saying that is they don't have a warrant to come into your house. But if you go outside, you're in a public space, even in front of your house. Now they can arrest you. So why would you go outside? Why are you talking to them anyway? But you ought to look at that warrant and make sure that it's signed by a judge or a magistrate judge, and that it describes with particularity the areas to be searched, because the cops might just start anywhere within the house. Drug sniff dogs. I knew I forgot something. The cop might say to you, hey, listen, I know that you didn't drink tonight, and I know that you don't smoke dope, and you're not dealing heroin and coke, but I have a drug sniff dog here. His name is Rover. Rover's a great dog. Let's just take a minute. Let me just run him past your car, okay? He'll just sniff the outside. No. If you say okay, then you've just consented to it. Remember, with your consent, they can violate all kinds of rights that you have. So that's when you actually use the famous I do not consent thing and mean it. Because under the Evans case, which came from, I think, Rodriguez 2015, the fact that they pulled you over for a stop sign does not give them the right to now search your car with a drug sniff to see if you've done drugs. That's a fishing expedition. No fish allowed. But if he smells dope, if he smells alcohol on you, then things get dicey. Don't do the field sobriety tests. Maybe in some states they're required, but in California they're not. Field sobriety, you don't have to do those tests. Why would you? It will only, I've never seen someone pass a field sobriety test. It's just meant to give probable cause to the arrest to take you in. Same with the preliminary alcohol sensor. Here, just blow on this thing. It'll show if you got any alcohol in your system. Well, that will just confirm a couple of things. One, you were drinking. Secondly, there is a measurable amount of alcohol in your system. And third, it's going to back up his contention that you still couldn't drive the vehicle well, even under a number, say, as low as 0.00001. Also, he'll ask you if you're taking any prescription drugs. And you'll say, well, how can I get in trouble with that? Prescription drugs are prescription drugs. Actually, if those drugs, and they're going to say this, impair your ability to drive, then it's DUI, driving under the influence. Hope this video is helpful. Again, thank you for letting me comment on matters of interest, and I'll catch you on the next one.